What's up, you guys? It's Lloyd again, and the question is, how can I go on dates without spending a lot of money? This is a good question, and one that I think is very relevant to a lot of people who are watching this program, because if you're like me, you don't got a whole lot of money, and you still want to be able to do well with women. You still want to be going on dates and all that stuff, having a good time. Um, don't ever think that you have to have a lot of money to get laid. You don't. And don't think you ever have to spend a lot of money on a girl to have sex with her, okay? Women don't like women like rich guys. Yes, it's true. There's a certain subsection of women that are gold diggers. But women are more care about how much money or how much time and effort you spend on them. Okay, so I'll give you an example. If you pull up to the date in a Mercedes and then or like a Lamborghini or something, and then you guys go out to dinner, and then you tip like 8%. Even if you took them to a five-star restaurant and the food was delicious, the fact that you're driving all this stuff and you weren't willing to give just that 5 or 6% more, or what did I say, 5%, 10%, the fact that you weren't able to give a decent tip, it shows that you're cheap. Women don't like guys who are cheap. If he shows up in a Lamborghini and expects, and then takes you to a cheap dinner, that's cheap. But if you, if you don't, even if you don't make that much money, but you take them on, to a picnic or something like that. One of the best date ideas in San Francisco is get a picnic blanket, a bottle of wine, and go to Dolores Park. If you spend that whole day really focusing on them, listening to them, talking to them, having a good conversation, and even if you don't have that much money, the fact that you shared your time, the fact that you shared your effort, and the fact that you were attentive and planned things out, that is really great. And you only spent $6 on a bottle of wine. Okay, do you see the difference between the two? Okay, so there's plenty of good, not expensive date ideas that you can do that are actually better off for you in the end. One of the things that I used to do is when my car was broken or when I had almost no money, one of the things that I would do is I would talk about. I used to cook a lot at home, so I would say that, hey, I'll come over, I'll cook you a chicken salad, or I'll cook you like some stir fry, or I got this mean spaghetti meatball dish that I make, and I would either come over to their place or they would come over to mine, and I'd cook for them. We'd talk, maybe watch a few shows, and then they're already in your place, which is really nice to have and works great for getting laid if that's what you want to do. But I wouldn't be embarrassed about not having a lot of money for dates. There's plenty of ideas that you can have, and if you pay attention to the spots in your area. When I was living in San Francisco, there was usually like there was like a dollar drink night at El Rio. Then there was like a Taco Tuesday. You get free tacos at this one place, and there's always happy hour. And happy hour, there's drink specials there. And happy hour is a great, you know, not expensive date idea. I mean, everybody loves happy hour. It's very convenient because if she's at work, then she can get off work, and then you guys can meet there and talk over drinks for a little bit. That's a perfect first date too. Just find out what the specials are in your area, and try and figure something out that way. But again, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. And in fact, I think, especially if it's a first date, spending a lot of money on a first date is usually a mistake. It puts a lot of pressure on both parties, puts a lot of pressure on you because you have to pay for all this shit, and then it puts a lot of pressure on her because she's like, oh crap, this guy's spending a lot of money on me. I better get dressed up, and I better look presentable, and I better. She's probably going to be more nervous and shy around you if you do that. Whereas if you guys just go out for drinks at happy hour, I mean, the cost of going into that is very low, and so there's not a whole lot of expectations. There's not a whole lot of risks involved. And it's just two people that can have a good time together, and those dates usually end up the best, in my opinion. One of the things that you can do is you can do a happy hour, or you can do like a picnic at the park. What are some other ideas? Some of the best date ideas, in my opinion, are like Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's is one of the best places to go because you can play a lot of games, and then you don't have to be so focused on each other. Whereas opposed to the expensive dinner where you're both staring at each other and expecting magic to happen, even though you don't really know anything to talk about with each other, unless you're a really good conversationalist. Those dates are usually not very good at all. So hopefully I gave you enough good date ideas. I think that's all I got. Let me just check my notes really quick. Yeah, dude. Don't think you have to spend a lot of money to get laid. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions about this, if you have any other questions that you'd like me to answer, or let me know what you thought about this, or what you think a good cheap date idea is, or some great date ideas that you have. I'll cover some more videos about dates in the future, and and good luck out there.